here. Didn't work. Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Action.
Oh, it's rolling? We're actually rolling.
We're rolling.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey. So, we don't really know what questions to ask because we sort of have a biased opinion. So we thought it might be a good idea to ask the community what you'd like to know about Overland Bound and what we do. So over on the forums, we asked to get some questions.
We did an AMA.
What's that?
We're doing an AMA.
Is that what it's officially called?
Yes, it's called Ask Me Anything.
Oh, that stands for Ask Me Anything. Okay. Ask me anything except for the things that I don't feel like answering. That's cool. We might do this again in the future, but why don't we just get started?
Okay. So these all came in through the forums, and the first question from Roaming Timber, who is a rank 4 member, side note, and member number 525, thank you. Where do you see Overland Bound in 5 years? What about 15?
Wow. Okay. So this could be a 20-minute conversation, so I'll try and keep it concise. Corey and I talk about this a lot. We've been absolutely amazed at how fast Overland Bound has grown over the past couple of years. Of course, we've been doing it since 2010, but it's just been this exponential curve. So we think that people are really interested in getting outside, outfitting, exploring, and doing it more often. So our simple goal is to make Overland Bound we want it to become a household name. We want it to be as big as it possibly can be. And the reason is we believe in the missions. We know we want to continue to do live events and meet with as many people as possible. Mm-hmm. We know we want to keep connecting with the community. We know that we want to keep coming up with some products that have Overland Bound on it, because what we found is that the community knows what we stand for. And when somebody sees that logo and says, hey, what is that all about? More people get to learn about Overland Bound. Sorry, I'm bogarting, aren't I?
No, it's okay.
I just started talking.
It's okay.
And then I couldn't shut up.
Yes. The 515 conversation to me, there's something we say that we sometimes get a lot of, I don't want to say flack, but we'll get a couple of people on the interwebs saying, basically we say that everyone's an Overlander who wants to be an Overlander, and some of the feedback is no, you need to do X, Y, and Z to be an Overlander. And a lot of the 5, 10, 15-year plan, from my perspective, is being that introduction to the lifestyle, to the technology, to the vehicles, to the rigs, to the technique, and guiding people through it so that they gain more and more confidence to go further and further and further, and not say at the very beginning, well, I don't have this vehicle, so I can't overland. So I see a lot of the education and the community building being around building confidence, technique, skills, and equipment at the same time. Because if we're going to define overlanding by the vehicle, I can just pay $150,000 and call myself an overlander, and that's not us.
It's not an interesting conversation, really. As soon as you try and define it, it's just stop. It's vehicle dependent travel, and that's it. We want everyone to know about it, and at least have the opportunity to know that if you want to adventure outside and get away from it all for a while, you can do it. It's not that difficult. It's easy.
Okay, if you could ask all members to do one thing, what would it be? I know, I'm going to do it right now.
Go.
Every time you go out, pick up some trash, leave it cleaner than when you arrived. I know this is like basic, but
yep.
That's something. And share your information
openly. If locations, equipment, knowledge, share it with other people who want to know. That's what we would ask of you.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Next question, Stony. Robert Stoner, Stony126. Do you see a new rig in the future?
No.
Yeah.
Look, I go back and forth. I like a bunch of different kinds of rigs, and I've had a bunch of different rigs. I've had an FJ Cruiser. I had a Vanagon Adventure Wagon. Some of you guys will know what that is. I've had, a number of other non-overlanding cars, and I've had the Toyota FZJ80, and I just really, really like it. So what I see is rebuilding it, and that'll be a story in itself. If I can ever scrape together the ducats to do it right, I would probably rebuild that rig, because it just impresses us. Every single time we go out, it's nearly impossible to get it stuck, though we can. But it's just a great rig. Some of the other rigs that I have considered that I really like I do like Jeeps. I like the open, the topless aspect of Jeeps. I've been in a lot of Jeeps, and they're very trail capable rigs. The other one is the original H1 Humvee, which is, a very respectable rig, and that's a little bit too exotic for my taste, but I have a lot of respect for that vehicle as well.
FJ40.
Oh, Mrs. Overland Bound wants the
Troopy.
FJ40 Troopy. She wants a Troopy. Cruiser shirts.
Thank you.
You started that. You started that. All right.
Okay. Dunko. Member 787. He says, who inspires you and who do you aspire to be like?
My dad.
Yeah.
My dad inspires me. He's a big reason for what I do. So I think of him all the time. Who else?
Well, it's the whole question.
Yeah, who else? There are overlanders around the world that I follow that are just incredibly impressive. Live, Work, Wander. We love you guys, and we're amazed about your journey. Land Cruising Adventure. You guys are awesome, and your stories are inspirational. So check those guys out too. And this is going to sound corny, but it's true. I aspire to be like many of our followers, because I've just been amazed by the community and how much you guys share. You've come together on our forums, and your openness and your willingness to help anybody who wants to go outside and figure out how to be safe out there, how to be capable out there. I'm really impressed by all of you guys.
Good.
Yeah, so I'll say just real quickly. I'll say really quickly. My dad was a forest ranger. He made sure that I stayed outside when I was a kid, and that's how we grew up. And one of the reasons I got back into it is because I turned away from it for a really long time. And then when I got back to it, I knew I needed to do it as much as possible. So that's one of the reasons there.
Okay. I think we'll leave that there. What motivates you? Everyone's equal. Instagram, everyone's like every rig is equal. Every person is equal. Every skill level is equal.
Yeah.
That's something I would say. That's you. I've watched you be very motivated at building that culture.
Yeah.
Because that's the world you want to move through.
I get passionate about that. To be very honest, motivations change, right? And my motivation has changed through life. And I feel pretty fortunate that, what motivates me currently is also what I love to do. And apparently a lot of you guys out there agree with me. And so it's kind of one and the same. What I'm doing with Overland Bound is extremely motivating, and I do tend to get passionate. I have my ideals that crop up every once in a while. I want to make things accessible. Like you'll notice one thing Corey and I are sure not to do is make all this seem epic and unattainable. And though I'm not going to say I'll never do slow motion in my videos. If I do, it's not to make it seem epic, because that just makes it harder for people to think that it's something that they can do. So, getting that message out there does inspire me quite a bit. And I'm saying this as an afterthought, but it's a core tenet. I want to make a difference. That's very motivating. I don't want to leave without making a difference. And I think we're on the path to do that, and so I'm stoked on that. I hope we can.
Okay, what is something you've always wanted to try but have been too scared to?
Oh.
Unagi.
Unagi.
That's true. That's actually kind of true.
Something that I want to think of something good that I've
keep it simple.
Backed away from.
Keep it simple. Skydiving. No?
No, I totally do that. I totally do that. No, so I have a thing, and I try and do this once a day. If I back away from something, it's a trigger for me to do it anyway. So that's kind of a tenet, right? So if I find myself being like, no, I'm not gonna, hold on there, then I'll do it because I want to see what that experience is like.
That's the story of our entire dating history and marriage.
So, sometimes it's not great. Sometimes I say really stupid stuff in an inappropriate, location, or, I'm, the goofball because, I'm doing stuff like that. I know there's a good one. Can we come back to that question? Yeah, because I know I'll come up with something.
Okay. And same question from Dunko. And the most important one of all, what is better, things or stuff?
Things.
Stuff.
Because that arguably is a thing. Stuff is... Stuff
and things. Equal.
It's stuff.
They're equal.
I don't know. The lens cap to the camera, that's stuff. I don't know. Stuff or things. Anyway,
hey, Murphy's Law, member 838, wants to know how much oxygen is trapped in bubble wrap worldwide?
It is... I worked this out just the other day, actually. It is 16 billion, 576 million, 422,018 cubic meters.
Do you have that beep sound effect still? They're like boop boop.
Yeah, why?
Okay. A royal ton.
A lot.
Next. Okay. Good one. Tim, member 671, rank 3 on the forums is, do you have a destination you've always wanted to go to, maybe when time or finances permit?
Yep.
Perhaps ship your rig overseas to do it. Go.
Yes. So, I've been down through Baja a few times, and I want to do that again soon. So we're just going to make that happen. The more exotic destinations that take more financing, that is actually something that we plan on. It goes back to some of the early questions you guys had, but that's something we plan to do. We would like to, and I know it seems funny to ship your rig overseas to go someplace, but that's probably exactly what we want to do. We will. I've been to Australia and I have rented rigs there. We'd like to bring our rigs. I would like to go through Africa. I would like to go through Europe. I would like to travel through South America, which is probably one of my that's the place I want to go to the most, is to drive down through South America, and I would like to do it all in one drive without transport if we can. So those are a few of the places, and that's something that we think about quite a bit.
Guatemala's on my list.
Yeah.
Okay, MaxTrax, Scotty. Are you ever going to unchain Corey from the water heater and let her see the light of day? I mean, seriously, one only has so much spit with which to moisten the envelope glue. Let the woman free.
No. No, there's a lot of work to do. No, but truthfully, Corey
Fine.
basically runs Overland Bound. She is.
It's not always perfect. It's not always perfect.
But life is not always perfect, right? I mean, that's just the reality. So she, Overland Bound, she does that full time. I don't do it full time. I can't. I do it as much as possible, and eventually I'd love to do it full time.
This segues into the last question we have from Byron, member 907.
Yeah.
What do you both, Mr. and Mrs. Overland Bound, do for a living? And I'll say that my background is in marketing, and I had a really great time in several startups in San Francisco, and then now I'm in business for our family name.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you might be shocked by this, but specifically, her background is in social media marketing. Me, I make video games, and I have for a really long time. In that industry, I'm an old man. So my DNA, my lineage is SimCity, The Sims, and worked for. I did a couple of tours of duty at Electronic Arts, and now I work for a great company in San Francisco. But like I said, I've been doing it for a really long time, and I am, I love it. I've got nothing to complain about in terms of what I do during the day.
He's also, fun fact, a general contractor and has built homes, numerous homes.
Yeah.
But he doesn't talk about that too much.
I did that. That was a past life as well. Yeah.
That's it. I think that's good. We were Gabby. We were chatty Cappies.
Yeah, that's good. We'll cut it down to 2 minutes. We're going to cut it down to about 2 minutes, just like
little sound bites.
Just have it be efficient.
And then auto tune it so it turns into a song.
So thanks a lot. Here at the end of this, I'll do a little bit of a plug because I want you guys to all go over to the forums and join. The community over there is great, and like I said, we have a lot of core tenets. You can learn more about that, but some of them are, it doesn't matter what you drive, and share information, engaged in the smallest of interactions with people. It's very important, and our community is there to give you more information about how you go and experience and have fun in an environment like this, and find a little bit of adventure day to day. Thanks a lot.
Wait, and YouTube, subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Our YouTube, we have a lot of plans for 2016. We got some stuff.
One of the things we're gonna do to grow Overland Bound is more of what we currently do, but better and more. Yeah. So Overland Bound on all social channels, and talk to you more soon.
Gordon, that's a cut.
That's a cut.
Test.
Are we doing a test right now? Is it running? All right, ask me a question, sweetie. Make it hard, something rough.
What is my birthday year?
3
BC.
2 3 2.
What year?
1977.
And what's our anniversary date? Wedding.
May
Oh.
22nd. 18th.
And legal marriage.
December 15th.
Oh, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. May 18th.
Yeah, I almost didn't get it right.